Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are playing a little bit of Dinosaur Vampires, and this is a new fun combo in the format that is enabled by the new Ghalta and Mavren. So this is another one of the team ups. So we played Thalia and the Gitrog monster the other day, and now we're playing this one. So this is a 12/12 legendary dinosaur vampire for 3 green, green, white, white. It has trample. And it says, whenever you attack, choose one. Create a tapped and attacking XX green dinosaur creature token with trample, where X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures, or create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. This is just a fantastic big beta, a massive dinosaur with a vampire on top. That just creates a very wide board or a big single creature that's also attacking, depending on what else you've got in play. And yeah, just very, very good. But the key to this combination is that you run the deck with Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord, which is the legendary planeswalker from M20. And crucially, it's -3 is that you may put a vampire card from your hand onto the battlefield. So you can play this hopefully as early as turn 3, -3, and immediately put Ghalta and Mavren onto the battlefield. And because it's whenever you attack, its ability triggers, you don't even have to then wait for it to attack itself. But obviously, if your opponent can't deal with it, next turn you are attacking with a 12/12 trample. So that's very good. And obviously, Sorin has a number of other vampire abilities, vampire-related abilities, which combine very well with the rest of the deck, and also with Ghalta and Mavren. Giving its +1 gives it Death Touch and Lifelink, and Death Touch and Trample are a hell of a combination because it will just trample over for all but one of the damage. So this is a very fun combination. So we're going to see how it works. And then there are quite a few ways that you can build the vampires deck in Explorer. You can do black-red, you can do black-white. I've gone for mono-black here. I did consider playing the new Dusk Legion Duelist, the 2/2 that lets you draw a card whenever you add a +1/+1 counter to it. But the trouble is, Sorin is the only card in the deck that is a +1/+1 counter enabler, so there probably wasn't enough to justify running that. So we will try that card in a different shell at some point, but we are just running a mono black version of Vampires. So, as you'd expect from mono black, we have the full four copies of Thoughtseize, and then Fatal Pushes as well. We've got Knight of the Ebon Legion as our 1-drop, which is a great card, a 1/2, which you can pump into a 4/5 with Death Touch, and also gets bigger if your opponent loses 4 or more life. And then a 2-drop slot, we've got 2 copies of Dusk Legion Zealot, which is a 1/1 that lets us draw a card when it enters the battlefield. 4 copies of Gifted Aetherborn, which we've seen in other mono black decks, sort of particularly Devotion decks, because of its black mana cost, but it is also a vampire. And then we're running 4 copies of Null Priest of Oblivion, which can just be a 2/1 with Menace and Lifelink as a vampire, which is an interesting combination. But in the late game, we can play it for 6 mana and return a creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. So we can use that to perhaps bring back a Ghalta and Mavran that's been killed, or whatever it may be, or discarded. And then, 4 copies of Sorin, 2 copies of Kalitas, Traitor of Get, which again is a card that used to see a lot of play in Rakdos mid-range, kind of fallen out of favour for Shieldred in recent times, but is a vampire, so it's very good in this deck. Sorin the Mirthless as our other Planeswalker, another version of Sorin. And then 2 copies of Champion of Dusk, which is a 4/4 for 5, which when it enters the battlefield, you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of vampires you control. So that's the card that very much helps us refuel and keep going. And then, 3 copies of Ghalta and Mavran. And then the mana base isn't just mono black, because although all of our lands can produce black and could also come into play untapped in the early game, which is very crucial in this Vampires deck, we do run a fair few black-white and black-green dual lands, just so that we can, if we need to, in the late game, hardcast Ghalta and Mavran, because there's nothing worse than this being stuck in your hand on an empty board and not being able to cast it. We're also running 2 copies of Voldaren Estate, which can act as mana of any colour if you're casting a vampire, and also create blood tokens if we need it to, and then 4 copies of Mutavault as our creature land that, when it becomes a creature, is also a vampire. And then some of our utility lands, 2 copies of Castle Lochthwain, a Hive of Eye Tyrant, and a Takanuma as well. So that is the main deck. And then in the sideboard, we've got 2 copies of Noxious Grasp to deal with problematic green and white creatures and planeswalkers, 2 copies of Weathered Runestone, which stops permanents from entering the battlefield from graveyards and libraries, so stops cards like Collected Company and also some of the graveyard-based decks like the Reanimating Atraxa ones and the combination and the Is It Creativity deck. 3 copies of Go Blank for 2 copies of Necromentia, which allows us to deal with particularly problematic specific cards. 2 copies of Crippling Fear, which is a wrath that misses certain creature types. So obviously in our deck we'll use it to hit all other creatures that aren't vampires, and then Extinction Event as more kind of targeted wraths, and then 2 copies of Invoke Despair, the kind of big mono black payoff for 5 mana that lets you get rid of a creature, enchantment, and or planeswalker the opponent controls. So that is the deck. So yeah, mono black vampires, but technically Abzan. But often you will not ever use any green or white mana. You will just be cheating Ghalta and Mavren into play. But let's see how this big dinosaur vampire gets on the ladder. So I'm recording this on the 1st of May, so our rank has reset. We've fallen out of diamond. We're back into gold. Hopefully we can get back up into platinum relatively quickly. So we are on the draw, waiting for our opponent. There we are. 6 land and a Gifted Aetherborn. I mean, Gifted Aetherborn is a good card, but I'm not sure we can keep this hand. Yeah, that's better. We'll put back one of the Kalitases. We'll keep Ghalta and Mavren just in case we draw a Sorin. But we've got enough early interaction to keep ourselves going for the moment. So let's Thoughtseize our opponent. Looks like they're playing control. Okay, that was brief. So I briefly saw their hand and what I think was 4-color sort of Omnath. So I'm going to put in Noxious Grasp. Probably Extinction Event as well. Maybe Invoke Despair, actually, if they're playing Fires of Invention. And we will take out Fatal Push. Maybe one. Yeah, we'll keep one Extinction Event in just while we're a little unsure what they're playing, and take out. What are we taking out here? Tough choice. Champion of Dusk I quite like. Let's take out 1 Null Priest and 1 Dusk Legion Zealot. Yeah, just keep the number of 2 drops roughly the same. Yeah, I'll keep this. Again, not a huge early game, but they might just concede when I Thoughtseize them again. Oh, okay, so they're playing the Adventures deck. Okay, that makes sense. So let's take their Lucky Clover so they can't copy things. Okay, I am going to need something that isn't land at some point, because that Lovestruck Beast is going to come down and hit us hard. Sorin would obviously have been the ideal draw there, but it's fine. We'll just play Knight of the Ebon Legion. I suspect they're holding a Bone Crusher Giant, but... Yep. Do you know what? I'm going to make them have another answer to it. No, they're just going to Field of Ruin it. Fair enough. Stops them playing anything else. And also means my Castle Lochthwain comes into play untapped later. So we'll grab our swamp. Yeah, we'll play Null Priest here just to have a creature on the board. Brazen Borrower, perhaps? Yep. Okay, yeah, so they are playing adventures, copy adventures. So let's play Kalitas here and then invoke Despair next turn. Yes, you may do us 4. Okay. Beanstalk Giant. Yeah, no, this is a deck that saw a lot of play in Standard at one point or another. So let's play Blooming Marsh, invoke Despair. Attack. And then we'll get ready to Ghalta and Mavren next turn. Okay, Escape to the Wilds is ambitious. Okay, let's play Ghalta and Mavren. Let's attack. Let's create a 3/3. Okay, I'm not sure they have time to be doing all of that, but sure thing. So let's. So Ghalta, are they just dead here? 12. Yeah, they are. There we are. Didn't even need Sorin to cheat it into play. Cool, cool. Okay. Good game. Let's move on. Yep, keep this hand. I'm keeping a lot of hands with Ghalta that don't have Sorin in them in the hope that we will draw him. We'll see if that happens this game. Okay, so they're running some sort of Gruul Terror of the Peaks deck, maybe with Imperiosaur or something like that. So let's take Terror of the Peaks as they've got mana elves for days. Yeah, I will Fatal Push that just to slow them down a little bit. Pass the turn. Sorin, Sorin, Sorin. Come on, peoples. We believe. We believe in the heart of the cards. Meh. Sure thing. Oh, play Kalitas. Pass the turn. Oh, they do have another Terror of the Peaks. Okay, we might be in trouble here. Okay, we'll play Dusk Legion Zealot. We'll attack with Kalitas. Okay, it's not looking good, peoples. No, that'll do. So, what are we playing here? I think Extinction Event is a good card. Noxious Grasp, maybe just the one. And we'll pop in Necromancer because it can get rid of Terror of the Peaks. And we will take out... What are we taking out here? Probably Null Priest, all a bit slow over there. And a Dusk Legion, just because life. You wouldn't think I run more copies of Sorin than I do of Ghalta. Cannot get away from them. Okay, they've mulled to 5, so I'll take that. Elf. Play an Aetherborn. Okay. Okay, Extinction Event's a good draw. So let's play Sorin. Let's cheat Kalitas into play. Attack Kiora. Then if they do play Terror of the Peaks, I can Extinction Event on Odd, which I think will be a pretty good time for us. Yep. So let's do that. So we will play Extinction Event, Odd. We'll pump up Kalitas, kill, attack. Okay, that seems pretty decent. Sure thing. Okay, we will go to attacks. We'll hold up Lockthwain. Oh, no, don't have the mana for it. That's embarrassing. Never mind. Let's play another. Well, let's play Blooming Marsh. Let's attack. Get 2/2 out of that. And we'll pass the turn. Okay. Let's make a blood token. Discard here. Okay. Interesting. Pass the turn again. Good game, opponent. So yeah, Extinction Event came in massively handy for us there. That's why we run it. So on the draw, we will put in the couple of go blanks. Take out the Champion of Dusk. Yep, this is okay. Okay, that's a good start. Let's play Knight of the Ebon Legion. Please, not another elf. Good, good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, play Aetherborn. Go to attacks. Bone Crusher. No, Lightning Strike, fair enough. So as much as I desperately want to go Sorin into Ghalta next turn, I think I am going to Necromentia for Terror of the Peaks first, just because they will probably have 5 mana next turn. So let's do that first. Oh no, I can't, because I don't have the mana. Bleh, again. I really must start paying attention to that. Okay, let's just... I keep forgetting that Voldara Estate doesn't do what we want it to all of the time. But having a 12/12 on turn 3 seems decent. Okay, Combat Celebrant is a card. Not a very interesting one. So let's give this Death Touch and Lifelink. Create a 1/1. Oh no, it does. Yeah, it just doesn't do anything when it's just Ghalta attacking. Yeah, it's other creatures. Now let's go blank them. Ooh. So they can get an extra combat step here. But it doesn't do much. Okay. That's not bad, but it's not going to be enough. Nope, they've chosen not to exert it. Okay, Ghalta and Mavren getting it done for us there. Very good. Yeah, Null Priest, Aetherborn, Sorin. No Ghalta, but we can make this work for a moment. Okay, some sort of Gruul deck. Huh. Thoughtseize, where were you? Okay, what are we doing here? So we could Null Priest into Thoughtseize. Yeah, I quite like that. Oh, okay. They don't have much going on, so we'll just take that. And, pass the turn. Thank you, thank you. Sure, I'll take this trade. Ghalta and Mavren. This is what we need. Make the combo happen. I'm all about making the combo happen. Don't even care if I win. Opponent. Okay, they've gone deep into the tank, which means this is probably a land. And we're back. So let's play Sorin. It's plus our Null Priest. Flooding out a bit here. I could really do with some more vampires. We'll attack for 3. Okay, they've got Soak and Zan, so they can double block here. Play a land. Pass the turn. Ooh. Ooh, that's a good draw for them. They didn't need to do that, I don't think. No, they could have just attacked me there. I'm not drawing anything but land, so things are not looking good. Yeah, they could have attacked me with the raptor. Okay, I will scoop this one up. 2 raptors is too many. Let's pop in Noxious Grasp, an Extinction Event, and I will take out Null Priest. Yep, Sorin into Champion of Dusk is fine. Would be good to have other vampires, but can't be fussy. And we've got a Fatal Push if they play an elf. Yep. Ooh, so we could just play Aetherborn. Yep, and we'll see if we draw a untapped land next turn. Okay, that'll do. Let's go to attacks. Play Sorin. -3. It's not quite as good as putting Ghalta into play, but we will put Champion into play and draw 2 cards. Okay, another push is good. Yep. So let's play another Sorin. Let's pop a counter on our Champion of Dusk. Attack. Good, good. Ooh, fun. So Invasion of Tarkir, they've got 1 dragon, so they can kill our... Yep. Now the question is, do they attack our Sorin or do they attack the invasion? Yeah, that makes sense. So let's play Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw a card. Okay, so we've got Ghalta. Does that make a difference to what I'm doing? I think so, probably. So let's Fatal Push their Elf. -3. Pop Ghalta into play. Attack. Create a dinosaur. Yep, that'll probably do us for this game. Yep, very good. So let's pop a couple of go blanks in when we're on the draw. Take out 1 champion and 1 noxious grasp, as most of their problematic creatures are red, so that won't help us too much. But it might snag an elf. So we're on the draw, so we're going to want some early interaction. Problem they have playing Gruul is that if I put Ghalta onto the battlefield, they basically have no way of getting rid of it. So yeah, once the 12/12 hits, it's basically a wall they can't get through. They have flyers that could, they've got Glorybringer and the like that can go over the top of it, but yeah, it's still pretty tough. Yeah, yeah, it's not a brilliant opening hand, but it's fine. We can Thought Seize them and then Noxious Grasp and Elf, slow them down a bit. So let's do that. Let's take. Well, they've got 2 copies of Kiora, but then that's annoying regardless. So let's just take Gargaroth here. Okay, let's kill Kiora, make them play the other one. Okay, they've got L's for days. I'm going to need something more than land, so let's play Overgrown Tomb into Aetherborn. Pass the turn. Okay, looks like they don't have much going on either. So let's play Kalitas. Send the Aetherborn after Kiora. So yeah, Dusk Legion Zealot's a good one, can get us another card. Then we'll see what happens next. Any removal spells become great here, fatal pushes, even though the mana disadvantage from killing the elf isn't particularly relevant. We do get 2/2 for every one we kill, so. Alright, Kiora, calm it down. Glorybringer just wrecks our face here, so. Oh no, they can't play it. They do not have enough red mana. That's oh no, they can, because I'll just stop talking. Let's play Dusk Legion Zealot. Okay, champion's good, so let's attack. Play an Aetherborn. Okay, Invasion of Tarkir is a card. If it's just killing a zombie, I'm not too fussed about that. So yeah, this is going to go pretty well for us, I think. So let's Fatal Push an elf. Let's take down Kiora. And then play champion and draw 5 cards. Well, there we are. Good, good. So there we are. That is mono black vampires, kind of running Ghalta and Mavren. That was very impressive. We rattled off a quick 3-0 there. So we'll keep it as a relatively short video because I know some people appreciate it when these don't go on forever. Certainly I do. Who wants to listen to me for 55 minutes? Good. And so yeah, that worked pretty well. When we got Ghalta into play, it was always very powerful. But Sorin does have other powerful abilities. Giving our creatures death touch and lifelink. Champion of Dusk did some good work there. Yeah, no, I really like this shell, and this is just like a fun thing that when it goes off is very very powerful. I think we were fortunate there. We played mostly green red decks who very much struggle to deal with Ghalta because it's just a massive creature and damage based removal is basically impossible to get rid of it with. So yeah, it might not go well up against decks that use more targeted kind of destroy based removal, but you play the games you get, you don't play any others. So that was good. And yeah, it all performed very well. Null Priest perhaps is an interesting inclusion. Perhaps the 6-mana version is a bit ambitious given how quick games of Explorer tend to be these days. But it serves the purpose of having another 2-drop vampire that will occasionally have additional upside. And then everything else performed pretty well. Must remember that Voldaren Estate is not just a black land, but I think that was our major learning point from the matches. So thank you very much for watching as ever. Smash those like and subscribe buttons, and we will be back very soon for more.